विद्या ददाति विनयम विनयादयाति पात्रताम पात्रत्वात् धनम आपनोति धनात् धर्मः ततः सुखम। रिस्पेक्टेड डीन सर, डॉक्टर गुप्ता सर भी आ गए हमारे बीच में, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूं। प्रणाम सर। डॉक्टर गुप्ता सर, वी हैव डॉक्टर गुप्ता सर विद अस। सर, आपको मेरी आवाज जा रही है सर? सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
आवाज आ रही है डॉक्टर नंदिनी। थैंक यू वेरी मच। गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीवन। गुड मॉर्निंग संजय जी।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time, sir. Sir, Dr. Sanjay Ravi is here with us.
Yeah, I can see. Yes. How are you, Dr. Sanjay?
सर प्रणाम। बढ़िया सर, बढ़िया हूँ सर। आप कैसे हैं सर?
बहुत अच्छे। तो बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं कहीं नहीं में आप।
थैंक यू सर।
के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बड़ा अच्छा रहेगा आज का, बहुत ही प्रोडक्टिव सेशन रहेगा मुझे लगता है।
I will try my best sir.
I must thank Dr. Nandini also for starting this wonderful program.
सर, आप लोगों का आशीर्वाद है सर, आप लोगों का आशीर्वाद है। बस कोशिश करें बच्चों को।
दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूट्स का देखा करते थे तो लगता था हमारे यहाँ भी होना चाहिए, तो डीन साहब के इनिशिएटिव से, नंदिनी के इनिशिएटिव से वेरी गुड प्रोग्राम हैज बीन स्टार्टेड एंड रियली वी आर गोइंग टू गेट।
Thank you, sir. Team effort with Dr. Rebecca, Dr. सुशील सर, मृत्युंजय जी थोड़ा सा कोशिश किया है सर, आप लोगों का आशीर्वाद से सर। सर, शुरू करें सर? फिर सर स्टार्ट करते हैं फिर।
हाँ, स्टार्ट करो।
जी सर, जी सर। विद्या ददाति विनयम विनयादयाति पात्रताम पात्रत्वात् धनम आपनोति धनात् धर्मः ततः सुखम। Respected Dean sir, respected Dr. Gupta sir, our keynote speaker, ARS scientist Dr. Sanjay Ravi, Associate Professor, Department of Gynecology, Banaras Hindu University. Then Assistant Professor, Department of AGB, Dr. Rebecca Sinha, Mr. Mrityunjay ji, all dear students, one and all. A very good morning to all of you. Continuing with our commitment and effort to acquaint our students with important career opportunities after BVSC, we have come up with Zenith 3. At the outset of this meet, I would like to retrospect the proceeding of Zenith Series 1 and 2 in nutshell for those who were unable to attend them. Zenith 1 had Dr. Sandeep Gulia sir as our keynote speaker, and his lecture was on career guidance after BVSC for pursuing PG abroad with a scholarship, where he threw light especially on the scholarship opportunities outside and how to get candidature and how to get admission at Royal Veterinary College London. And then Zenith 2 was on how to explore career opportunities in management studies post BVSC with a special emphasis on IIM by Dr. Satish Ojha. And Zenith 3. Today, the event is on an attractive career opportunity on agricultural research scientist in India, when and how to prepare. And our keynote speaker, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Ravi, has spared his precious time for the event. This makes us all indebted to him. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay Ravi. Dr. Sanjay Kumar Ravi, an alumni of RVC, is a known name not only for we RVCN but in the whole of veterinary fraternity, not only because of his academic excellence but also because of his humility and the simplicity. And I am actually lucky enough to have him known as my batchmate, a disciplined student whose only aim was to learn and gain knowledge. And I have always been inspired by the disciplined student life, what he has led, and his focus to study without any intentions to indulge in any kind of display or exhibits or show-offs. In fact, he has proved the shloka which says Sukhatina Kuto Vidya Vidyarthina Kuto Sukha. After completing his BVSC in 2006 from Ranchi Veterinary College, he did his MVSC from GBP UAT Pantnagar in Veterinary Gynecology and Obstetrics in 2008 with 82.57% marks. He completed his doctorate in 2014 from IVRI in 2000 with veterinary gynecology as his major subject with 83.73% marks. His PhD thesis was on the effect of dietary N3 polyunsaturated fatty acid on ovarian function, embryonic development and semen quality in horses. He was a PhD student when he got selected as the much coveted ARS, Agricultural Research Scientist, in 2009. Up till in 2009, up till when his coursework was completed. He completed his research work as in-service candidate after joining ARS in 2014, and then he got his PhD degree in 2014. He worked as ARS scientist in ICAR NARM, Hyderabad from 2009 to 2010. His next tenure as ARS scientist was at ICAR NRC on equines from 2010 to 2018. He then worked as scientist ICAR CIERI post Port Blair from 2018 to 2020. Then he joined as associate professor at Faculty of Veterinary and Animal Sciences BHU in the Department of Veterinary Gynecology in Mirzapur campus, where he is working till date. A dedicated veterinary academician like him deserves lot of prizes and recognition, and so has he accumulated huge number of such prizes and recognitions. So I'm just trying to sum up few important of them. He was awarded with JRF from ICR in 2006. His poster presentation got first prize from ISAPM in 2014. He got best presentation and young scientist award from the Indian Society for Study of Animal Reproduction, ISSAR in 2014. He was awarded with best presentation award in young scientist category by the ISSAR in 2015 and best young scientist in 2016. Best oral presentation award was presented to him by Indian Poultry Science Association in 2018. He got best research paper presentation award by ISSAR in 2019. Not only these awards, he has got recognition from DD Port Blair in 2019 twice. He also has reviewer certificates to his credit from Reproduction in Domestic Animals, Veterinary Medicine and Science, All India Radio Port Blair Radio Talk, Haryana Veterinarian, etc. And then, obviously, it doesn't end here, and it doesn't come as a surprise as well to find 50 research articles in SCI journals to his credit, other than 24 chapters or books, etc. His immense dedication is evident in his elaborate achievement enlisted in his biodata under various categories. Dr. Sanjay, I hope I have done justice with the brief introduction of our invited speaker today, of your introduction. And so, not wasting much time, I lot of best wishes that may your biodata be more elaborated day by day, because by this you are going to add more, you are going to enrich the veterinary profession with your knowledge day by day. Lot of best wishes, and not wasting much time, I would like to invite Dr. Sanjay Kumar Ravi for the awaited lecture. Dr. Sanjay, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nandini. You have already given a very elaborated introduction of myself. So, let me find my presentation. Just a minute.
शेयर स्क्रीन हो रहा है डॉक्टर संजय?
Just 2 minutes.
हाँ.
Where is that one? Whether my slides are visible?
No, it's still not shared. Shared screen नहीं हुआ शायद. शेयर होल विंडो कर दीजिए, ऑल विंडो कर दीजिए, वो ज्यादा इजी होता है. और उसके बाद फिर आप उसमें से स्लाइड वाले विंडो पे जा. पहले एक बार अगर प्रेजेंट आपने कर दिया तो फिर से उसको मतलब स्टॉप शेयरिंग करके फिर से शेयर स्क्रीन में करिए तो.
Just 1 minute. Yes, में
कोई नहीं, हो जाएगा. आपने तो अभी तुरंत देखा.
Yes. I think it's visible now.
100%.
Yeah.
सो अगर ये स्लाइड शो वाले मोड में है
Yeah.
ना?
Ah.
हाँ, okay.
So, is it okay? My slides are visible?
Yes. Children, is it visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr.
Okay.
Sushil sir,
Thank you
Dr.
so much,
Gupta
Dr.
sir.
Nandini. Yeah.
Visible है sir?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay sir. Okay.
So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact back with my alma mater. And I bow my teachers for whatever the achievements I could achieve till now. And dear students, today I am going to talk about the agriculture research services. But before that, I would like to tell you that all the job opportunity, they are good to you and none of them are bad. So it depends on the persons who are engaged in any profession who make them good or bad. So today's talk is our agriculture research scientist, and which is really an attractive career in India. So I will try to justify my presentation, including background information and why to prepare for the agriculture research services, then when to start for preparing for agriculture research services, how to make preparation, and what actually we have to do after selection. So first of all, I would like to tell you that ARS, it means it's agriculture research services. Like you might, all of you, we are well acquainted with the services like IES and IPS, Indian Administrative Services, like that. So like that, agriculture research services are there, but here this ARS is different from the Indian Administrative Services in many aspects. Okay, and this agriculture research services, it covers agriculture and allied subjects, including animal husbandry and fisheries also. So ARS discipline is actually the subject of a specialization in your master degree. Okay, and not the PhD. Sometimes people, they do masters in one subject and PhD in another subject. So it depends on the qualifying eligibility. And till now, for ARS, the eligibility is based on master degree. So that's why your ARS discipline, it will be considered only based on your specialization at master degree level. So here, I would like to say ASRB, that is Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board. This is one independent organization that has been given assignment for conduct of examination along with interview and declaration of results of all the agriculture research service posts. And it also conduct interviews for recruitment of director, then deputy director general, assistant director general, and even director general of the apex body that is called ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So this ASRB, previously it was linked with ICAR, but from last year it has been made an independent body who can conduct exam, interview, and declare the results. And before knowing ARS, we should know about the ICAR, that because ICAR is the only apex body which actually command all the institutes which are under agriculture research services, and all the institutions, for the sake of convenience and operational means easiness, so they all have been clubbed in its 8 division under the ICAR. So likewise, crop science, horticulture science, natural resource management, agriculture engineering, then fishery science, agriculture extension, including animal science. So I think today I am talking to the students of veterinary science. So if animal science division is one of the 8 divisions under ICAR, and animal science division, it commands all the animal species related institutes like cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, then yak, mithun, pig, and horses. Okay, and other institutes like poultry also, and NRC on meat at Hyderabad also. So besides this, there are so many all India coordinated research projects also, and network projects, outreach programs like that. So we should note about this ICAR organizational setup. Then we should understand in the agriculture research services how the career of a scientist or agriculture research scientist is actually progress. So the basic entry level is at scientist position. So this recruitment of scientists is totally or only based on the competitive examination. There is no lateral entry. If someone want to become agriculture research scientist, he or she must have to fight and appear in the competitive examination. Then the next position is senior scientist level. Here, this position of senior scientist level, it can be through direct selection also based on the advertisement, or through lateral entry, or through career advancement. So there are different terms. So direct selection means anyone in the ICR who is holding the post of scientist can apply based on the advertisement, and he can become the senior scientist. Likewise, if there is no advertisement, so automatically one scientist after certain tenure of the experience, he can become senior scientist through career advancement or his assessment of the profile. And it is important to note that there is one lateral entry also. Here, any assistant professor or the subject matter specialist or the research associate working abroad also or in India also, they can also apply for senior scientist position based on his experience or her experience. And likewise, the next position is for principal scientist. So here also, one person can become principal scientist based on advertisement or through lateral entry, or if there is no advertisement, based on the certain period of experience through career advancement scheme. And the topmost position in the ICR organization, it includes research management post. And the variety of research management posts, it includes directors, assistant director general, deputy director general, and the highest position is director general. And these all research management posts is actually fulfilled through screening and interview only. Am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Sanjay, please continue. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, like scientists in the ICAR, there are the common, or you can say the common or equivalent post in other organizational setup also, like KVK also, you might have heard, they will also write designation like scientist, and in State Agriculture University and Central Agriculture University, also there is designation like scientist or junior scientist. And here, what actually is the difference? In ICR, the different designation, it comes like scientist, senior scientist, or principal scientist. But in KVK, someone will be first recruited as subject matter specialist, also known as scientist. Then he will become project or program coordinator, equivalent to senior scientist position, and then he will move to chief scientist. Likewise, in CAU and SAU, the designation is like assistant professor cum junior scientist, then associate professor is equivalent to senior scientist, and professor cum chief scientist. So, like ICER, which is actually organization dealing the agriculture and allied sciences, there are other organizations set up like ICAMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, and it actually engage research on biomedical science. Then CSIR also is there, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So they are the similar organizational setups, and they also have designation of scientists, but they have different designation like scientist A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so these all are actually equivalent posts. So if we think about scientists in ICR, that post is actually equivalent to scientists in KVPN or scientists in SAU or CAU or ICAMR or CSIR. But there will be certain differences, sometimes in pay scale or the nature of work. Here, the primary function of scientists in ICR is only research, whereas in scientists for KVK, the primary work is extension. And in SAU and CAU, we all know the primary work is education. So likewise in ICAMR and CSIR, the scientists primarily engaged in research only. So this comes to mind that what actually one agriculture research scientist do in the ICAR. So his primary duty is to perform or to take research projects. That is the primary function. So one scientist can apply for project and he can take projects from the institute where he is posted. So that will be called as institute funded project. Thereafter, he can take projects from outside the institute where he is posted. So that outside, it may be from any other funding agency from India or even from outside India. Or sometimes the host institute, not the host institute, it's the parent organization, that is ICR. He identified some priority area and allowed the project to particular scientists. So there are variety of research projects like institutional, then given by the ICR or external funded. Thereafter, it comes the secondary function. So under secondary function, the scientists have to perform his duty for extension activities and education to the students, farmers, or the technicians for capacity building and awareness, and as service to the society also. So under the extension activities, the scientists have to carry out health camps, exhibitions, demonstrations. Then the scientists have to organize Kisan Goshtis and interactive meets with the stakeholders. And likewise, under secondary functions, education is important, where we all know that one ICR scientist can guide the students for their PhD or PG work. And here I would like to mention that there are few deemed universities like IVRI, NDRI, then CFA at Mumbai, and IARI in Delhi. So they are the deemed university and they are responsible for coursework, means academic work, along with research work also. But the other institutes in ICR, they are not given this facility for coursework, but actually they can guide the students only for research work. And the student have to enroll in any other SAU or CAU or the IVRA NDRA like deemed university. Okay, so like a scientist at NRC Equine. So I was not actually able to do the coursework for the students, but I was able to provide the research guidance. So this was the difference. And scientists have to carry out the capacity building programs also, that he has to organize workshop, training, short and long duration courses, and even internship program, summer or winter training schools. And other functions of scientists, it includes institutional building activities means whatever the assignments it will be given by the competent authority of the institute or the director. So scientists have to perform along with all the activities of the national importance. And we know nowadays Mera Gaon, Mera Gaurav, and this Swachhata and other like that, such activity is going. So here, I think with this introduction or with this background, I will try to convince you just 1 minute. I will just try to convince you that why you should opt ARS. So when you will opt for ARS, there are certain things which you will certainly able to perform. Like you will fulfill your passion and you will have opportunity to serve the farming community. That is the foremost thing, first and foremost thing, because we know our country is agriculture based country. So that is the one of the most important things. Then there is chances of wide recognition through your research and invention. So if a scientist, he will be able to even invent a single device or something that will make the life of farming community easy, or if he will develop some diagnostic thing, he will get wide recognition throughout the world. Then this is one of the service which is one of the highest paid job in mainstream agriculture and allied sciences. And there is freedom of work and peace of mind. And with my experience, I can say this ICR setup is still corruption free. So that gives you peace of mind to work. And it gives you all the facilities like the central government employee. There is facilities for accommodation at almost every institute. Then it covers your health and it also reimburses fee for your means education for your child, and it also allow you to travel to your hometown once in a year, and even it allowed to travel any place in the India through your LTC program. So I think this is enough to convince you that why we should opt ARS. Then the next question, it comes when we should actually start for preparing. So the best time is after graduation. And during graduation only, you have to decide that which subject in MBSc or MSc you are going to choose. And most of the people who qualified the ARS exam, they were in a study period in MBSc or while pursuing the PhD. So this is the best time actually students can devote maximum time actually for a study, and this is the best time actually for preparation while you are doing your master degree and during pursuing your PhD or even after PhD also. So the thing is that before preparing for ARS, something should be clear in your mind, that you should have interest in agriculture research, first of all. Then your approach should be something like problem solving, and you should be very good in communication. And the most important thing is that in ICER, as a scientist, you are not going to perform alone. So you will be given one team, or you have to collaborate with the team. So there should be team spirit. And every project or every work, whatever you will do, that can successfully be completed only when you will have the empathy for farming community and enthusiasm to serve the society. And the most important thing is that this is not actually a time-bound job, 10 to 5 job. So sometimes to perform your duties, you have to stay or even come early in the morning. And you should be ready to serve any part of the India. That is the most important thing, because this is all India service. So, in the middle of my presentation, I would like to share some of the photographs with a message for you. So, the first photograph you can see, because I am alumni of Ranchi Veterinary College and I am graduate from that. The first picture is of convocation from BAU, and the second picture is from our ambulatory duties. So, I would like to say that before preparing or thinking about the ARS, first of all, you should focus on your present studies and you should excel in your present class or present studies. Then you should try to gather the knowledge whatever possible and you should develop the skills while doing your graduation program. in in this picture, this is actually all the pictures do it belongs to the time when I was doing masters from Pannagar. So here I would like to emphasize that your masters or PhD is the best time when actually you will learn the advanced skill in your current science, because once you will be selected for your job, either you have to go for the advanced training or you have to ask the other experts. But the practical thing is that none of them will give sufficient time or take sufficient interest to make you learn the things. So this is the best time. You should be learning the best skills, whatever the possible during masters and performing PhD. So the first picture, it is actually embryo crossing from the buffalo, and the second picture, it's oocyte, means follicular puncture for retrieval of oocyte from the ovary, buffalo ovary, and the third picture is in the laminar flow. Actually, this is in vitro embryo production work, and the last picture in this slide, it's actually cesarean section of one of the cow. So whatever the skills is available during masters or PhD, you should try to learn. Then this picture in this present slide, this is when I was doing actually PhD at IVRI. So in the first slide, you can see there are a lot of young people are there. So I will say you that none of them is unemployed by this date, and I would like to emphasize that in this batch there are total 7 scientists who is already working in the ICR, including 3 assistant professors and other veterinary officers. So you should try to actually get admission into the leading institution. That is very much important, because this is my personal experience and well-known fact also that most of the time, because these leading institutes, they have students from good academic backgrounds, and it will give you one competitive environment for preparation of your higher study or for your professional career. So you should try to get admission into the leading institutions and you should try to explore the facilities provided by the institute. So the second picture, it is actually library of the IVRI, Central Library, and this place was the best place to sit and study while I was in PhD at IVRI. Now, the most important thing is that before preparing or thinking about the ARS, one should actually check the eligibility criteria. So there are certain criteria, and without checking the eligibility criteria, if someone starts or think about the ARS, that will be not good or waste of the time. So first of all, you should know the eligibility criteria for appearing or clearance of the ARS exam. So first criteria is age. That is 21 years. It's for all or unreserved category. Then The age bar is 32 years for the assistant professor. No, this 21 year is actually a minimum age required, and 32 year is the maximum age limit. Then for assistant professor in SAU or CAU, the age bar maximum age bar limit is 35 years, and for the employee serving in ICR, the age bar is 45 years. And likewise, regarding educational qualification, so minimum this study would be cleared is master degree, and I think the recent ARS advertisement it covers or based on the qualification of master degree only, but next qualification or the minimum qualification it will be PhD, because ICR has adopted the policy to recruit the scientists only with PhD degree now. So I think the last advertisement with master degree it is already in the circulation. Then number of attempts, one should recognize that it is 6 for unreserved category and it's 9 for economically weaker section or OBC candidate. And similarly, I would like to emphasize some people might be interested in NET and for recruitment as assistant professor. And this NET is actually conducted simultaneously with the ARS exam only. So regarding NET, there is only minimum age restriction, that is 21 years, and there is no maximum age bar. And likewise, there is no bar for number of attempts for appearing in NET exam. And some more additional information that number of attempts for ARS, it will be counted only after 2011. Means the candidates who appeared for ARS before 2011, that is not to be counted. And any kind of disqualification on behalf of candidate, actually it counts as one attempt. And the most important thing is that if one candidate is selected for any of the ARS discipline and he rejects or he denied to join the post, he cannot appear in his, he cannot apply for the same ARS discipline through this ASRB. And if he want to become scientist, he has to take another ARS discipline. So regarding eligibility criteria, there are some relaxation given to the SC/ST candidate and that person with disability also, and exemption regarding examination fee to the women also. And number of attempts, it's not restricted for SC/ST candidates. Now the most important question, it comes that how to prepare for ARS exam. So I will tell you step by. So first of all, I think you are at right juncture that you are doing your undergraduation program. So first of all, you have to focus on your present study and you should study enough and you should prepare to get admission for your post-graduation PG from any of the well-recognized institution. And you should actually try for JRF, ICR, JRF examination, and you should try to get in to IBRI, NDRI or the other leading state agriculture university. So once you will clear the ICR exam for PG admission, then you have to select your discipline of interest. You should select whatever subject you like veterinary medicine or surgery, gynae, pathology or LPM, whatever the subject you prefer, you select as per your interest. And sometimes it may be selected based on forthcoming vacancy position, because your ultimate aim is to become ARS scientist. So this discipline wise vacancy and future, even the future posting is available. So for this information, you should contact your seniors, because it's not available in the public domain, but it is available with the employee or the scientist working in ICR system. So you will be known with what type of vacancy is coming in future and where it will be posted. Then for your preparation, you should understand the exam pattern. That is very much important. So here you should note that preliminary ARS exam is only for qualifying purpose, and the person who want to become ARS, he has or she has to appear for preliminary exam where the minimum qualifying marks is already given. So for unreserved or economically weaker section, it's 45%. Then for OBC, it's 40%, and SC, ST, and physically handicapped candidates, it's 35%. So likewise, if someone wants to clear the NEET, then he or she has to get 50% marks as unreserved or EWS category, or 45 or 40% in OBC or SC, ST or physically handicapped candidate. So these are the certain benchmarks or minimum qualifying marks. Regarding exam pattern, here you can see there are 3 steps. So first exam it will be preliminary exam, then second will be mains, and third will be viva versus. So in preliminary exams, anyone with master degree can apply, and for mains, based on the results of the minimum preliminary exam, 1:15 means for one seat, 15 candidates will be selected to appear in the mains, and that too it will be based on category wise. Suppose there is one advertisement in OBC category, so 15 candidates of OBC, they will be called to appear in the mains exam. Likewise for viva or the interview, 5 candidates of a particular category will be called for one seat. And here you can see the preliminary exam is based on 150 marks, and mains it's having 240 marks, and interview it's 60 marks. And for prelim exam, 2 hours time will be given. For mains, 3 hour time will be given, and for interview there is no time limit, but it may vary, sometimes 10 to 30 minutes. And in the preliminary exam, it will be based on multiple choice question only from your discipline, and each of the questions it will carry 1 mark, and there is 1/3 negative marking also. In case of main exam, there will be 3 part of question A, B, C, and so there will be single paper, but it will have 3 parts A, B, and C. So in part A, the questions you have to answer as very short means it should not be more than 10 words, and in part B, one has to answer in 1 or 2 paragraph only, and there will be essay type of question essay writing in part C. So it carries different marks. Like in part A, every question it carries 2 marks. In part B, it carries 5 marks for each question, and in part C, it carries 10 marks for each question. And your preliminary exam, it will be only through online mode, and it will be bilingual. And in case of mains, here also it will be bilingual, but it will be pen and paper exams. So one has to appear and has to write over the sheet of papers whatever with the limited space. There will not be any extra sheets. So this may be one of the strategies actually, because there will be no extra sheet. So you have to write very logically and very brief also, and you should cover the important points, and you should not waste time on writing the unnecessary things. And the interview, it's actually based on general and specific type of question, which actually judge the capability of the person and his interest, his integrity, or the capability of mingling or the socialism by the board of members. And the final merit list or declaration of results is based on the marks of mains exam and viva only. And here, in case of in case 2 candidates they are at the same position with regards to the marks, then marks of the person who got higher in mains exam, he will be preferred, The next thing regarding your preparation for ARS exam, it should be very important actually that you should check your syllabus, and no part of the syllabus should be untouched or uncovered. So whole of the syllabus you have to cover, because questions it may come from any part of the syllabus. And I think most of the students, they gather notes and they should check actually the topics given in the syllabus and whatever notes are available, and what is not available they should try to make by their own. And you should make a time plan. You should consider what means whatever time is available, and you should divide the time to complete the whole of the syllabus before examination date. And one of the most important thing is that publish your work of master degree level, because at the time of interview they will actually judge you based on your publication also. And if you have really published the research papers or the popular articles or other kind of publication also, they will consider it positively, that something you have in mind and you want a career in this direction. The most important thing is that here one should take care of your health, because in any competitive examination, if you will compromise with your health, you will lose whole 1 year. So with examples of some of the photographs, I would like to summarize actually how you should prepare for this ARS examination. So all the pictures actually it is of my own, and in first picture I would like to say that it's a competitive world. So while preparing for ARS, you should think there are a group of people who are running along with you, and you have to compete with them. So in this competition, you have to make your best effort, whatever is shown in picture 2. So here it's a picture of long jump. So while making a long jump, people make the best effort. So like that, you have to make your best efforts as per your capability. And the last picture, it's a picture of high jump. So with all your best efforts, you have to clear the bar. If you will miss by 0.5 or 0.1 marks also, that will be a great loss, or you are not going to get it. So your efforts should be towards clearing the bar. So here the bar means the minimum standard. The next step, I will say it an important one also, because most of the people after doing lot of preparation, sometimes they do mistake while applying for ARS. So before filing the application, one should read well. All the instructions will be given in your advertisement. So you should thoroughly check all the information. And for regarding this ARS, the website is asrb.org.in, and ARS examination, it's a national level competition and it will be organized every year. But here important thing is that every year your discipline may not appear, because the advertisement of ARS discipline, it depends on the discipline wise vacancy only. So sometimes there will be lack of opportunity, I can say, that some people just they miss ARS because advertisement in their discipline did not appear for a long time, sometimes 2 years, 5 years or 10 years even. And this application is available to apply in English or Hindi also. And while filling the information, you should be very much careful, and you should not provide any conflicting data. And you have to actually select your discipline carefully, and you have to give your examination center carefully, because that is not going to be changed. And while filing application, there is no document which is to be uploaded. So it depends on your integrity, that whatever information you are giving, That is correct, but actually it will be verified when you will be called before interview. And most important thing regarding application process, I will say that do not wait till the last moment, because the examination centers for prelim exam is 32 and for mains exam is 12 only, and that too with limited seats. So at one center the number of seats where the candidate will appear, it's limited. So when you will be late to apply, you have to select another center that may be not of your interest. And the last thing, for preparation of ARS, only after qualifying the preliminary exam and mains exam, it will comes the viva or the interview. Here, I would say that you have to appear very naturally. You have to give correct answer, and whatever the questions will be asked, you have to give answer in a very specific manner. And while answering questions, sometimes it will be asked that what is your interest or field of expertise, then you have to highlight your works, whatever it has been done during your master's or PhD. That will be helpful. So, regarding this ARS, when the person who will qualify, means after mains and interview, will qualify for ARS, then there will be appointment order. It will be issued from the ICR headquarters at Delhi. And why I am saying this? Because I did here one mistake, which I don't want that any other person should do. Because I thought that result came and directly I will be sent to any of the ICR institute as posting. So actually I didn't consult anyone, and I thought I cleared the ARS and I will be posted directly in the institute. But there is a long procedure, that is post-selection procedure also. So first of all, after selection, there will be one appointment order. It will be issued from the ICR headquarters at Delhi. Then based on that appointment order, you have to accept the appointment order. And for that purpose, you have to write the letter that I am accepting this offer of appointment. And before joining, you have to go through the medical fitness examination from your district hospital. And after this only, they will call you to report or join. The first posting always in case of ARS, it will be National Academy of Agriculture Research Management, and it's located at Hyderabad. So this is one of the management institute which is under ICR, who is giving training to all the early or the mid or advanced level scientists. So here one of our friend is posted, and he is Dr. Sanjay Kumar, and he is also our batchmate, means my batchmate. He is posted there as scientist. And after completion of mandatory training as agriculture research management at Hyderabad, they will send you for attachment training at any of the ICR institute under the guidance of some senior level scientist. And in his lab, you have to work and you have to assist and you have to learn the things, how to do your duties and how to write the projects and how to work for the projects. And thereafter, means when all these things will be satisfactory, then only the ICR headquarters will issue the final list of postings, that where the candidates will be sent. So just for refreshment, I would like to show you some of the pictures. So first picture, when I qualified the ARS, the first picture, it's a hall, training hall of NARM, Hyderabad. And the second picture is few of our colleagues during NARM training. And the third picture is actually field experience training. somewhere in the village near to Hyderabad. And they have also sent us for attachment training to Rajasthan. And I was actually sent to Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute, Avika Nagar, where we actually went to field to identify different kind of problems, whatever existing in the society. And based on that, it is actually scientists should formulate the projects. So we thoroughly visited many places in the field to identify the problems. And this is picture of my first posting at ICR, National Research Center on Equine. So in this institute, actually, I have contributed towards semen biology, study of semen biology in case of horses, and we were the first person or the first group to cryopreserve the semen of horses in India, and it is still available with us, and we are able to supply this frozen semen, and we are also using at our center also. We produce whole or the birth from the horses. We have written many technical books, training, and one book also, and we have organized many capacity building programs for technical persons, for veterinary officers also, or for assistant to the veterinarians. And these are some of the pictures when I was posted at Port Blair in Andaman. So Andaman, I worked mostly on the pig semen characterization or pig semen characterization. Then we have also completed projects on treatment of harm sore. We have organized training, including international training also, and a lot of field work we have performed while I was posted at Port Blair. And in last slide, I would like to say that make your best efforts, but never get disappointed, because even after lot of preparation, sometimes there may be failure, but your knowledge or skill, whatever you will gather in your journey, it will never be wasted, and it will be utilized anywhere. So there are lot of opportunity available, and your knowledge and skills, it will always count. So I will say thank you for patient hearing, and I may be contacted for any of the queries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay Ravi. Thank you very much for. Can you hear me, Dr. Sanjay? Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm spellbound by your awe-inspiring and inclusive lecture. I definitely think that the students have been motivated to think about this prestigious post of agriculture research scientist. Students, so the way you have described everything, the information on and whole, and the inspiring things, everything, the whole lecture was really awe-inspiring for all the students. So for the meantime, just focus on all the subjects, and if you want to have your career in veterinary science as a scientist, as an academician, if you want to do quality research, be posted in the best of the institutes, definitely there cannot be a better option than ARS. Definitely perseverance and hard work is required, but then what you get at the end is one of the best and most coveted posts in veterinary science. So students, if you are thinking about one of the best career in veterinary sciences, because you need NET for being faculty member as well. NET is National Eligibility Test is required for being faculty member. So NET plus ARS is going to place you as one of the best scientists and academician in the country. For the meantime, being undergraduate students, you should focus on all the subject well and try to get admission in the best institutes in the country for your PG studies. That would be the best thing to do at present if you want a career in veterinary science, if you want to have successful. That is what it was all elaborately explained by Dr. Sanjay. He has not left anything unexplained. So what should I say, अच्छे जगह से PG PhD वहाँ भी, if you are covering the whole syllabus, and see, this is how the way he has described ARS. So I think although all the questions have been cleared by him, still still I'll be, the session will be open soon for question and answer by the student. But one thing, Dr. Sanjay, if I could give a name or sub theme to Zenith 3 today, I would say it was Anushasan Safalta Ki Kunji. It is for you because I have seen you so very disciplined for your goal, for your study, for your career in life, everywhere. Because, and having seen your sojourn as batchmate in DVSC and then the last 2 decades to reach this position here, डेफिनेटली मुझे 2 लाइन्स याद आती है, अनुशासन की ओर से जो डोर, अनुशासन की डोर से जो कोई बंध जाए, जीवन में प्रगति करे, मनचाहा फल पाए, एंड यू प्रूव इट 100% राइट. So once again, thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for such an inclusive and holistic lecture. So before moving on to question answer session, I request Dr. Sushil Prasad sir for his words of wisdom. Unfortunately, Dr. Gupta sir has left because his father is critically ill and he just left a note, and I'm so obliged to him that in such a situation also he came and joined the meet. His father is admitted RIMS. From there only he had joined the meet. And so I request Dr. Sushil sir for his words of wisdom next. उसके बाद question answer session start करेंगे.
First of all, thank you very much to Dr. Sanjay for
Thank you, sir.
giving a wide information regarding the ARS services. So, and net clearance, etc. So, my good message for our dear students, especially for the first year and second year, those who are joining this veterinary faculty, and after joining this veterinary faculty, they are also, and as well as their parents. If any parent is joining this meeting, I would assure that there are wide opportunity in the veterinary field. As you have in the last week, we have heard about the different aspect of management. What are the opportunities in management side? And similarly, in this event, today's event, you've gone through the agriculture research or scientist services, how you have to prepare, and these are the very good opportunities. If you want to join a research field, this is the biggest thing in the country, that ARS services for the agriculture and allied services sector. So on that aspect, if a student want to go for not only for the field veterinarians, but as a field veterinary, but you should choose your choice in the research field also, in the scientific field also. So this message, that is ARS, you have heard. So when you are going to prepare for ARS, first you go for your master's degree. So master's degree, when you are going to join the master's degree, you have to prepare it from the after third year. Third year, you go for the first, that JRF, you get the junior research fellowship, so that you may be admitted anywhere in the India. On that condition, you may choose your best institution for your master's program. So this is the first thing when you are thinking the ARS. So this will, when you will join this any national institute, like it has been shown in your slide also, in that 2 deemed university, that is the Indian Veterinary Research Institute, as well as the NDRI, that is National Dairy Research Institute. Similarly, there are some national institute. Beside these, there are research stations also, like you may go for the CIRG for goat, Avikanagar, that is CSWRI. Similarly, there are some Central Avian Research Institute for the poultry sector. Similarly, NRC are there, like Yak NRC. Similarly, this Mithun NRC. So there are various. These are the especially for the veterinary aspect. There are in all over India. There is a center for the. You may be posted anywhere. Like Dr. Sanjay has been posted prior to this is in the Port Blair, and looking after them that project. But Port Blair is not only for the veterinarians, but other fields, whatever I have told you, these institutes are directly related with that of the veterinary aspect. So there is a wide opportunity in the research aspect. So never think that that is the end point of BVSC and AH. So it is decided only on your choice, and you will get the opportunity. And what the Dr. Sanjay has explained in his slide for ARS especially, everything he has covered, and if you think so, then you must try for that also, and you will get the a prestigious job, I can say, and in all over that is a central government job, uh, and you must try for this ARS. Our from faculty side, our all the good wishes that our students should achieve this type of goals to for the prestige of the university as well as the faculty. Many many thanks, uh, Dr. Sanjay. Again, I am thanking you
Thank you, sir.
for giving this
Thank you,
opportunity.
sir.
Now over to Nandini.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words, words of wisdom. They were so very motivating. And now, may I please request Dr. Rebecca for a few words? Dr. Rebecca, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible, Dr. Rebecca. Please continue.
So, Dr. Sanjay Ravi, sir, thanks a lot for your stimulating talk, and I'm very sure that this talk of today it will have a significant effect on the students. And sir, there is no any specific question since you have given a bird's eye view on the ARS, but just a wild thought, sir. Sir, do you think going for admission in IVRI and NDRI will enhance our students?
Certainly, actually, what is there at IVR and NDRI, most of the scientists, they are engaged in current science and they are very updated.
While
What?
research and while coursework
Yes.
also.
Uh,
So do you?
so, tell me your question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Please carry on. No, sir. I just want. It's not a question. Just I want your opinion on, like, do you think getting admission in ICR Institute like NDRI and IVRI will enhance our student for the preparation of ARS, and it is a better option for all the students who are going to appear for ARS in future, means they want to appear, since they will get more of the resources and they will be in touch with the scientists of whole the time during the coursework also, and for the research work also. So, do you think, sir, they should go for IVRI and NDRI?
Yes, there are few things I would like to say. That first thing is that most of the persons who get admission in IVR and NDRI, they mostly clear JRF. They come with some fellowship, or otherwise they will be given institutional fellowship. So they are getting economic support also. They don't have to divert their mind for other things. Okay, and the facility given by the institute, they are the best, I think. And the scientists, who are working as guide or supervisor, they are mostly engaged in current science or whatever is going at world map. Okay. So that will provide the students to learn the skill or develop the skill of the current science. And that is very much important actually. And more, moreover, these institutes, they are actually giving sufficient time for self-study, and they are providing lot of assignments and other works that are actually helping the students. And most of the time, the question papers, it will be set by the scientists, or most of the times they will come as this board of members in interview also. Okay, so
Yes, sir,
by
I agree, sir, that.
yeah, by staying with this institute, actually students learn the things what he is going to do as ARS scientist as one of the career.
And sir, one more thing, if you don't mind, sir, there is a query, sir. Leaving such a prestigious job, why you have preferred to come and join in BHU as associate professor? You would have promoted to senior scientist as well.
Yeah. So, in very early slide only, I told you that none of the job is good or bad. Okay. So, because scientist in ICAR or assistant professor in CIU or SIU, they are equivalent post actually. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
why I have not actually left ICR. I am still maintaining lane period with ICR. So I may move back to ICR or ARS. First thing. Second thing is that why I joined Banaras Hindu University, because here I had opportunity for one level promotion as senior scientist equivalent level with associate professor, and here I have been assigned duty of regular head also of department. So this can be considered a career achievement. And the most important thing is something personal, like I wanted to stay near to my family actually. So this was my personal preference. So because of this thing, I decided that I should join BH. And I think I have not compromised.
Okay. Sir, thanks for your patience and giving reply to all my queries, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nandini.
Thank you, Dr. Evika, for your pertinent question, and thank you, Dr. Sanjay, taking the question with such nice answers, which will be helpful for the students. And at the end of the day, in fact, even when you are associate professor, what I feel that because you were an ARS scientist, the competition got narrowed, right? And the road was easier, I guess, to the same post. So that what you say, career advancement. So students, do think about this. Now questions are open. The session is open for questions from the students. Students with pertinent question. Well, I think you have left no stones unturned. Yes, Anshul.
Good afternoon. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. This is very wonderful, your presentation, sir. I'm very inspired with you, sir. And you've become my ideal also. So I have just only one question, sir. What is the upper age limit for ARS exam?
Upper age limit, I told you, it's 32 years for general candidate on the general category, including economically weaker section. And for OBC candidate, there is a relaxation of 3 years. And for SC, ST, there is a relaxation of 7 years. No, 5 years. So 3 years, 5 years. Relaxation, 3 years for OBC candidate and SC, ST, 5 years. And for on the job category, it's 32 years.
Okay, sir. So one thing, when about thinking about the scientist courses, this is very wonderful. But how about its financial condition? That कि if अगर हम साइंटिस्ट बनते हैं तो हम ज्यादा ये नहीं कर पाएंगे, इससे बेटर है कि हम MBA कर ले, तो एक ऑब्जेक्शन होता है माइंड में कि पैसा भी तो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट, सर. व्हाट अबाउट दैट, सर?
See, certainly you should choose as per your interest. If you are interested financially, then it's better actually where you think it is going to pay you more. You may move. But what I am saying, in mainstream agriculture or allied sciences, the ARS is the one of the highest paid jobs. Means you will not get any example staying with the mainstream agriculture or allied sciences or veterinary that anybody is getting more than this facility or the salary anywhere.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, can I add a few lines? Anshul, beta, when you are an ARS scientist,
Yes,
or you are in government job, you might have consistently lower salary than the private job, but you are ensured of a consistent amount of money till the end of our ages, maybe when we are old enough not to work, or we do not have the insecurity of being removed out from the job at an instant and then searching for it. So it provides you an insurance financial insurance for lifetime. And maybe that's why, despite any other thing, there are people fighting for government jobs. So how many of them manage? Tell me. It is rather difficult, beta. So this is also a plus point. But at the end of the day, all the jobs are respectable. It depends on your choice. And never weigh your choices based on money, because they have their own pros and cons. And Dr. Sanjay Ravi, as Dr. Sanjay Ravi said, ARS scientist is one of the best paid jobs. So the question was actually wrong in this case. ARS scientist, there you get a huge, pretty prestigious amount of money. And the best part is that you get to work as a research scientist in best of the institutes. Work satisfaction also matters, right, Anshul?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I know, ma'am.
Oh, but good. Your curiosity, that's important. Now that's why this Zenith series is being organized, for arousing the curiosity and the questions being put. And that's why we have the Dr. Sanjay over here. And any more questions?
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful presentation. So my question is that, is there any age relaxation for candidates who are pursuing PhD, sir?
In this advertisement, there is age relaxation of 3 years. But as I told you, this is a large advertisement based on master degree level qualification. Okay. From next year, it is going to adopt PhD level degree. So I think from next year, this will not be relaxed.
Okay, sir. This means that 32 years will be for unreserved, no, sir? Maximum age limit?
No, I think because they are going to consider only PhD candidates, so I think they will change the age bar to 35 years. I think. Next year they should change the age bar to 35.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Any more questions?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Vivek, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, thank you for your wonderful guidance about ARS. My question is, sir, as you are the alumni of RVCN, do you feel the college prepared you for the workforce and the real world?
Can you repeat my question, please?
Perhaps he is
Sir,
asking
do you
about
feel
the
the
role
college prepared you?
asking about the role of college in preparing him for
Yes,
the post.
yes.
Yes,
Definitely. Definitely. You have asked a very pertinent question. When I was doing undergraduation from Ranchi, till now, it's a best experience regarding personal or professional time what I spent. So whatever I could gather in my life, actually the base of the foundation is Ranchi Veterinary College only. We had best quality teachers in our college, and we know right now there is few faculty only, but at one time we were blessed with one of the best teachers, and it's RVC only who influenced me to think about ARS or ICR GRF examination. So I was like in the same stage whatever you are here right now. So I was at a student life in final year or around 4th year, when my teachers, they told me about the ICR GRF competition or why we should go for ARS. That was the questions or the we can say query that they put in our mind actually. So that was the basis. So definitely Ranchi Veterinary College has given a lot to me, which was actually foundation for me.
So
Thank you, sir.
So does
Thank
that
you
solve
for
your query, Vivek?
Yes, ma'am.
But along with that, he and Dr.
Thank
Rebecca,
you, sir.
as they said just now, they motivate you all to think for for better institutions and better options. Not because RVC is bad, but because you will get more exposure when you move outside. Just like outbreeding enhances the heterosis and capacity, so will you be exposed to more new ideas when you move outside. This RVC is there always for you all. It will be your foundation, alma mater. So, and that's why it is trying to motivate you all to think with a scholarship to move out to the good colleges, to other institutes for PG, whereby you are able to have better options there as well. Is it clear? So hope the queries, any more questions, pertinent questions from the students? No. So actually your lecture was so very inclusive, Dr. Sanjay, that and thank you for patiently answering all the questions in such a good way that I also started answering along with you. It was so very, I mean, I couldn't just stop.
It's good actually.
You know my nature.
It's good for
Previously. I cannot. So
always it should be supplemented.
and Dr. Sanjay Ravi always knows me as a talkative batchmate, so it's definitely my pleasure having Dr. Sanjay for the Zenith, and I hope it's the same for him as well. And I'm actually hugely indebted for him to agreeing to be in the on for this Zenith. So as we proceed towards the end, I extend my vote of thanks on behalf of organizers, co-organizers, coordinators of the Zenith. First of all, I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, whose support, guidance and mentorship makes us think and work sincerely with best of our efforts. I thank our keynote speaker, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Ravi, who despite his busy schedule agreed for the lecture. Dr. Sanjay, we all are hugely indebted to you, as I have said many times, because I really mean every word of it, and lot of best wishes on behalf of everyone in the Zenith. May you climb more ladders of success. You are an inspiration for all of us, and I am lucky to have a very humble and very generous batchmate like you. And then and then I thank our Dean Sir, Dr. Sushil Prasad Sir. Sir, I don't have words to express my thanks to you. You are the host, you are the organizer, you are our mentor, you are our guardian. You motivate us. You motivate us by sparing your time every Sunday for this program, for every program for the college. I have not seen you celebrating any holiday or any Sunday, sir, since the beginning. I have been seeing you. Every Sunday I have seen you in poultry farm, renovating it. And so, as I always say, and Dr. Rebecca, me and Dr. Rebecca, we both always say, sir, we are lucky to have you as our dean as well as head. Everyone says it. And the students are lucky to have you as our mentor. So, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sushil, sir. And I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to Team AGB, which constitutes the dynamic faculty member, Dr. Rebecca. The zeal of Dr. Rebecca to do things with perfection is visible in the meticulously designed flyer of Zenith 3. And I know whenever we are to discuss anything for doing in future for AGB, for any such things, she's always there like, हाँ मैम हम लोग करेंगे ना. So at such a young age, she is managing to do everything on her own, and she has that zeal to succeed in life. She's tactful, she's composed, and at the same time, she's so very good a human being that she thinks for the betterment of people around her. She's balanced. Dr. Sanjay, she balances everything. Means she balances emotions with career, not letting anything overdo. So I thank Dr. Rebecca, and then I thank Mr. Mrityunjay ji, another important pillar of animal breeding and genetics, to whom I know that I can rush with every problem of mine. We know we can rush with every problem of ours, and at such a situation whereby RVC is facing, Dr. Sanjay, genuine dearth of faculty member and workers. Ms. Mrityunjay ji, of course, there to manage all the type of works. So you have one solution as one person. You have million of solution as one person. That is Mrityunjay ji. So I thank Mrityunjay ji as well. At the end, before moving on to thanking student, a special mention, my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Gupta sir, because it would be wrong if I do not do that. Dr. M.K. Gupta sir managed time for the meet, and then when I got the text, I was emotional for a while. I was moved when he wrote that, Dr. Nandini, my father is critical, I am in RIMS and I have to attend him, and so I have to leave the meet and I am sorry for it. So this is the humble attitude of him, his humble attitude, the humble attitude of all our senior teachers, Dr. Sushil sir, Dr. Gupta sir. They all, I mean, they are the epitome of humility, kindness and knowledge in this college. So I thank Dr. Gupta sir from the core of my heart. May his father get well soon. We all pray. And at the end, I thank my students. Students, you all inspire us to think of Zenith, whose feedback via mail, WhatsApp motivates us to try inviting the academia from diverse field every time. When you all text us कि मैम इनको बुलाते ना please, हम लोगों को थोड़ा इनके बारे में भी पता चलता, इस career के भी बारे में पता चलता. You all won't know how lucky we feel. And this is the work as the teacher. We feel successful as teacher. And it gives so much of satisfaction. And just that for about 1 month, for about 15 days, we will not have any more Zenith series because exams of you all are going to be announced soon. It's already announced, I guess. So it's going to commence from 25th. So after your exams are over, because you all requested personally that, ma'am, we should have another Zenith when we are able to attend it with full time and devotion. And next Zenith series, indeed, we will try to invite another academia from the diverse field for your benefit. We are trying to invite someone from Ministry of Agriculture who has qualified UPSC and IRS services. So at the end of Zenith 3, with a commitment that we will strive to make Zenith beneficial in future with best of our effort. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sanjay Ravi, Dean Sir, one and all present here. And few lines for the children whom the Zenith is dedicated. एक तुम्हारा होना क्या से क्या कर देता है, बेजुबान छत दीवारों को घर कर देता है. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. Happy Sunday and goodbye to one and all. Here we come to the end of Zenith 3. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nandini. Thank you, Dr. Revika.
Thank you.
Measures, my teacher. Thank you so
Thank
much, students.
Thank you. Thank you. I cannot
Thank you,
stop
sir.
myself from waving to
Thank
my
you, sir.
batchmate and my pranam to Dean sir. Okay. Thank you, Dean sir. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. It was really like I met you after such a long while. लग रहा है कि आप ऑफलाइन घर आए हैं या फिर यहाँ कॉलेज में हम लोग मिल रहे हैं. Hope to see you soon offline as well. Dean sir,
Yeah.
sir. Okay. Dean sir, end करते हैं sir इसको. Sir is not audible perhaps. Okay, Dr. Sanjay, ending it now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay. Bye.